Wolf Dances here. I've designed a super fast die machine that you can build in your world early in the game. This machine is very fast at making dies. This first design that I'm going to show you is the manual version, so let's get started. As you can see, this machine is pretty small. It'll fit in your base. Basically, you put sand in this chest, and then you're going to put dye in this chest. And that dye that you just put in there is now being turned into blocks of dye. So if you want to, you can take this, break it down, and you put it back in there. As long as you got sand in there, you have super fast dye. 64 blocks of dye, just like that. Basically, it's turning water into liquid dye, and then it's collecting it into the barrel. I shouldn't have done that. Let's get you building one of these. Let's show you how it's made. Okay, what you're gonna need. You're gonna need one clicker, one click machine. You need one fluid hopper. You need 3 wooden hoppers, 3 chests. That's for your sand and your dyes. You're gonna need some blocks to build with. They can be anything you want: glass, stone, cobble. You need a bucket of water. You're gonna need a blue barrel, or not a blue barrel, any color barrel you want. This wooden barrel. And you're going to need some frame stairs. Frame stairs are pretty easy to make. You just make frame blocks and then craft them into frame stairs. You'll find that in your JEA. Okay, so start by placing a chest. And into the back of this chest, we're going to place a wooden hopper. You want wooden hopper because they're faster than regular hoppers. Place your barrel on top of that. Place a fluid hopper onto the back of the barrel. Place another wooden hopper onto the side. And then you're going to take your click machine and place it on the barrel, facing towards the hopper. You take your building blocks. And build that like this. Don't want that one there. You're going to take your frame stair. You're going to place it here. And then whatever block you're building with, right-click that block onto that stair, and it'll turn that stair into the same block. Then you're going to waterlog that stair. Make sure you waterlog it after you put a block on there. If you waterlog it first, it'll make the stair look like water. So if you want your stairs to look like water, you can do that. And then you're going to throw another chest here. Another wooden hopper here with the chest on top of that. And you're done. Go in here, set this up to 20, 10 or 20, depending on how fast you want it to make. Then you just add sand, add your dyes, and whatever color of dye you want. I suggest you start with brown and orange, because brown and orange make sand. So, get some dyes out of here. I'll show you a cool little trick with this. You take your dyes and you put them in here in order. Put in 3 brown, or 3 orange, 1 brown, and repeat this pattern like that's with your stacks. Imagine these are all stacks. Because the way the wooden hopper pulls dye, it pulls the items from above, it pulls full stacks at a time. So you can actually program your machine to output in order. So we fill this full of sand. That's where you get your starter sand out. You got your dyes here. You see it comes out there. So if you put your dyes in here in order, like this, it'll make you 3 stacks of brown, or 3 stacks of orange, 1 stack of brown, 3 stacks of orange, 3 stacks of brown. Whatever order you want to produce, as long as you got sand in here, it'll make it. And the reason why I advise you start with your orange and browns and do it like this, because these 3 blocks here and your brown, that'll make your sand. You can refill your sand up. Do that a few times, you get your sand. You can replace this with a limited barrel with a stack upgrade. to hold more sand. You can upgrade these barrels to have more slots if you want, or you can add stack upgrades into your chests. But it's harder to do this programming if you do stack upgrades until you get a lot of product. And this next machine is going to be a double. It's going to show you how these things can be tiled together. And the first one we're going to build two together to make a sand machine. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a couple limited barrel 2s. You're going to need compression upgrades for them. They look like this. That'll make it store blocks and die at the same time in both forms. You need 4 clicker machines for this one. 2 frame stairs, 2 barrels, building block of your choice, and a couple buckets of water, 4 fluid hoppers. You're going to want item cables this time and some item conduits. Don't forget your wrench to wrench your pipes. Go ahead and grab some of this stuff out of here. We're going to start first. You're going to put item pipes here, just because they're faster than the conduits. You can put your barrels on top of those. You get to wrench them. Shift click. Wrench those to pull. This time we're going to put the fluid hopper on the top of the barrel. And on the orange one, for the orange die, we're going to put 2 more hoppers out the back. We're going to just do some scaffolding blocks right here. We're going to put 3 clickers facing straight down. On that one. And then on the brown die machine, same thing. You put 1 clicker. Because the sand recipe takes 3 orange to 1 brown. We want to produce orange quicker. Okay. Building block of your choice here. I'm going to frame this up. That. And close off the back of this. Don't actually need those. You do need one in front of this though. And then this time we're going to use framed slabs. Cross that. And again, you can make them look like anything block you want. We're going to waterlog these slabs. And that'll make water flow under the clickers, under the click machines. Because you want flowing water underneath these. You do not want source water. You do not want source blocks over the hoppers. You want to have flowing water. Turn these all up. And we're going to run conduits off of here. And we're going to add one more thing. We're going to add a crafter. Tier 1 crafter from RF Tools Utility. All they want, that's all you need. And place a crafter there. And then we're going to run cable up here. Connect it to all the click machines. So, What this is going to do, these cables, because they can be filtered, turn off these. These cables can be filtered, so we're going to pull blocks of dye out and also dye itself. Into the click machine, we're going to be putting dye. And we're going to set the filter like this. Like, remember, you can take those blocks out, and you can see the ghosts in here that will keep anything else from going in those slots. And then for the recipe, click a recipe, and you tell it to make sand. It's going to be 3 brown and 3 orange, 1 brown. Click apply. And when the sand's put in here, or when dye's piped into here, and this has power, it'll start making sand. So off the top of the crafter, into the back of these barrels, and you're going to use cyclic pipes. That's going to pull the sand out and put them into the barrels. If you try to use Ender IO conduits for this, it doesn't work very well because it sees this as a single slot and only puts 1 sand in every like once a second. So it's very slow. But if you use cyclic pipes, they'll just push the sand in no matter what. So as fast as the dye comes down, this will push sand in. It's a lot faster. So now we got all that set up. We're gonna need some power though. We're gonna need a power the crafter. We're gonna put the dynamo's enough. Block of coal, that'll last forever. That'll last a very long time. That little bit of fuel right there will power this crafter for a very long time. And you can see it's already making sand. These pipes are holding sand and waiting for a dye. So we're going to need some basic filters. Filters from Ender IO. We're going to set these filters. This first filter, we're going to set it for orange dye. Next one, we're going to set it for brown dye. Now just putting the dyes right above there so I know which filter I have in what. It's a little trick. It's going to be orange, and then this one's going to be brown. These are going to be blocks, and these are going to be dyes. So we're going to set these to extract, always active. Make sure you turn this on. Extract, always on. This will pull your dyes out. And then we're actually going to change one of these filters a little bit different. Instead of just being orange dye, we're going to make it both blocks, orange and brown blocks. And then we're going to set insert on this, and we're going to put the filter that has both blocks right there. As you can see, it just pulled all that out there and converted it to sand. Probably should have waited on that, but that's fine. Then up here, this is going to be our brown side. Can't see right now because it's out of dye. We're going to take brown, put that insert. That's going to insert your brown into that one. And we're actually going to need a couple more basic filters because I forgot we've got 3 machines up here. So we're going to set all these to orange. So this one's going to be orange. Make sure it's on white list, not brown, not black list. Make sure it's on white list. And this one will also be orange. I'm going to put that in there. Turn off the extract. Insert only. Your filter in the insert side. Turn that on. Adjust those. That's that. That should do it. So now if we get some dyes. Got enough to get this jump started. And the one with 3, that's going to be your orange side. You want to put your blocks on the top and dyes on the bottom. So when you insert that, and then if you come in here, your settings, select all slots, click that. See how they ghost out? Now those are locked. So it won't clear out like this one did. Put that in there. We're going to remember the slots. Just by clicking the 4 green ones. The 4 green squares will lock your slots. You can also use a locking tool. As you can see now, this thing is producing sand. This is producing dyes. And one other thing we need to set is on these extracts, we're going to set these to round robin. At least the orange one, round robin. And you're like, kind of slow right now. What we need, one more thing. Last thing, you're going to need a speed upgrade or Ender IO. I suggest you can make the tier 4 ones there. You can go straight to them. You don't have to make this one, then this one, then this one. You can make these straight up. On the orange side, on the extract, you're going to put a speed upgrade there, tier 4. Same with the brown. Now this should all be running. We got plenty of sand. If you wanted to, you can put a barrel right here and collect extra sand. Once you get but I'd suggest you get your dyes built up first. You can see the dyes going up. You can see it jumps down every now and then. That's because it's pulling the dyes in to make sand. But if you let this run, it'll actually gain. So this is your sand machine. Once you got a good buffer of orange and brown built up, then you can start connecting more of these machines. I've been working on this for a few hours, getting this thing smaller and smaller. I think this is going to be the final design. So got all 16 color limited barrels here using controller. And then use this to bring the dyes in and out using Ender IO. And then for the sand, you want to use item cable coming from the sand machine that we built earlier. And that's going to feed all the barrels with sand. And then we got the vertical click machine design where these are all facing downward, which allows all the colors to be side by side like this. And then we got Ender IO cables, all with the filters for the different colors. And then down below we had to change a little bit. On the bottom of every single one of these is a iron hopper. It has to be an iron hopper. Wood hoppers, because they only pull one item at a time, or they pull one stack at a time. So whatever's above them, that's what it pulls. Ender IO cables directly on the barrels are very slow because they only see the one item, they pull, and then they wait, and they look up and go, oh, there's another item. It don't matter if you have speed upgrades in there or not. So if you put the vanilla hoppers on here, the vanilla iron hoppers, and then you put your Ender IO cables into the hoppers, it'll actually keep up and run full speed. And then those are extracting from there. They bring it back to the barrels. The barrels, because they have all the compression upgrades, they're able to break the dye down, and then the Ender IO cables can take the dye, send it to all the click machines, and as you can see, it's just going absolutely crazy. So as long as you have a fast enough sand machine over here, this can be anywhere. You can see it's not keeping up too well because I put all the upgrades in there. If this doesn't keep up, all you got to do is slow down your click machines. Slow these down a little bit. Keep up with this so the sand can keep up. Or, like I said before, you probably don't need the stack upgrades in here because it's going to hold so much that it's just going to put, you don't need that much dye. Because this produces dye so quick that you just do the basic barrels that hold 1,028 or whatever it is. That's going to be more than enough for your crafting. And then you can connect your applied energistics or your Ars Nouveau to this block here. And you'll have all the dyes you need to craft everything later on throughout your playthrough. This machine here should get you to end game, no problem. Like I said, if you back up your sand, let these build up before you turn those on. Get this built up a little bit, and this should keep up. Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks for checking out my video. Thank you. Bye.